I don't remember any of it.
You don't remember?
For you, the day bison graced your village was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday.
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 167. Just a reminder before we start that you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. Please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. Also, we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance. Check out all of the fine podcasts featured on the Gaming Podcast Alliance website if you're looking for more gaming goodness. I'm your host, Dave Bertino, and this is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic Robinson.
What's going on, man? This is our Memorial Day show.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day. Shout out to everybody who served, right? That's what the day is all about, right? Remembering our heroes of past and current, right? It's definitely a national holiday here in America. Everybody more or less gets off, right? Some businesses are still open, right? But I think in general, people get off on this day, which is good.
You never get off as retail.
No. Well, nobody ever gets off on retail, right? You got to work every holiday. You got to work.
You got to work every holiday. Even Thanksgiving, you're open.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The only holiday you're closed is Christmas.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes some places still stay open on Christmas. It's ridiculous.
God. But this is twofold. We're celebrating the troops. And we're celebrating my birthday. This is pre-birthday. This is the pre-birthday show.
It is. You excited, Dan? You excited for turning 40 this year?
I'm excited. I'll be 27. I'll be 27.
Yeah, 40, is it?
I'll be 27 this year.
Listen. I know you look young, Dan, but you are definitely an old man gamer. You were an OMG.
Get out of here. That's you. That's OMG. I'll buy you a shirt for your birthday.
You'll buy me an OMG t-shirt? You're gonna have to make it, design it, and everything.
In the front, it'll be OMG. It'll be an OMG gamer, and in the back, it'll be the Order 1886.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's 2015, 2016, 2017.
That's the perfect shirt for you. It's the perfect shirt. So, yeah. I've been pretty good this weekend.
Well, how's your Memorial Day going?
Yeah. I've been flying around, man. I not literally flying around, but figuratively flying around. I made it up to Philly on Friday into Saturday.
Some friends and
100% had some cheesesteaks. You kind of have to. Had some very delicious donuts, very good barbecue, all the good stuff that Philly has to offer. I was going in on. So some friends of us invited us up for the weekend. There was a heavy metal show. It was, I don't know if you know the band Slayer at all. They're kind of the godfathers of metal. Mm-hmm.
I do not.
Yeah, they're very old school. They're back from the 80s. So basically when we were born is when Slayer was basically being birthed. So
you know who I know? I know Motorhead.
Oh, R.I.P. Lemmy. Yeah.
Yes, I only know them because they did the entrance music for Triple H.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about the game and how you. It's all
about the game.
Sure.
And Evolution when he was in Evolution in the mid 2000s. Sure. That's the only reason I even know Metalhead.
Fantastic band. Ace of Spades and the Tony Hawk 3 soundtrack. I mean, Lemmy's like a rock god. Sure, he ended up passing away. Slayer also in that same vein. They're definitely heavier than Motorhead. They're recognized in the metal world as part of the big four, right? It's Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, and Slayer. Those were really kind of like there from the beginning. They really kind of like birthed the genre of what we know as classic heavy metal. So
I've only heard of Metallica.
Right? Yeah, well, Metallica is definitely the biggest out of those four, I guess, in terms of name recognition. And they're good in their own right. They've certainly had their ups and downs, but It was a little bit bittersweet because it is their farewell tour. It's the last time they'll be playing in the States, right? So this was their second to last show in the U.S. And they were playing in Camden, New Jersey. Had a very nice outdoor amphitheater, the BB&T Pavilion, right? And we were kind of rocking out all day, and they closed out the show, and it was real late at night. And the lead singer was just kind of before he hopped off stage, he sat up there and he had his arm up on the big speaker stack, and he was just kind of looking out real wistfully into the audience, this is gonna be one of the last times it's ever happens when thousands of people.
How old are they?
They have to be in their mid to late 50s now. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they still got it. They still got it then. They
can rock it out in the 60s. Isn't Billy Joel in his 60s? He still rocks out
Billy Joel is probably in his mid 60s, late 60s at this point.
Yeah, he's still rocking out every month.
I know. He sells out the garden. Some people can do it, man. But then again, I've seen some bands in their 30s, early 40s that just what happened? They've just gone downhill. So
Michael Jackson, rest in peace.
Yeah.
He was in his early 50s when that was supposed to be his farewell tour. He was not going to do. He wasn't going to tour anymore or anything like that. Right. So
it takes a big toll, man.
It does. No, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It does. I wish. I haven't seen Michael Jackson in concert in a long time. I wish.
No, you actually got to see him?
I was a kid.
What?
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Yeah, I was. I don't. Man, we talk about the early '90s. I was 10 years old.
Wow, how did that come about?
My parents.
Wow. Well, your parents know what's up, Dan.
Okay.
So that must have been during the Dangerous tour, then, right?
Yes, because it was black and white Jam. Because that's when he did the video with Michael Jordan.
That's right. And Heavy D.
I give you a fun fact. That was not my first concert. My first concert, you would never guess this in a million years.
I think you told me this. You told me this. Was it Michael McDonald?
Michael McDonald.
See? You told me this.
You would have never thought. My first concert is Michael McDonald at the racetrack. He had a concert at Belmont Racetrack. Yeah. And my stepfather loved Michael McDonald, and we were at the racetrack.
He's the blackest white guy I know.
He is the blackest white guy.
That man's got a deep, rich baritone voice.
I didn't pay attention. I wasn't paying attention to. I don't know how old I was. I must have been 10 as well. Mm-hmm. No. I think when I went to the Michael Jackson tour, I was 12. I think I was 10 or 11 when I went to the Michael McDonald concert, and I wasn't really paying attention. I had no idea there was a good concert going on, and I heard him sing, and I turned around, and I was like, "This is a white guy." I was like, "Wow."
Yep.
And I was like, "I have no idea what this music is, but it sounds okay. It sounds pretty good."
Mm-hmm.
So that was my first concert at a racetrack, Belmont Racetrack.
Wow. Damn, man. Yeah, he used to be in the Doobie Brothers in the 70s, then broke off. Had his own little stint in the 80s. I believe one of his songs was used as the bass line to Nate Dogg and Warren G's "Regulate," if I remember correctly.
Could be true. I will be honest. I've never heard of the Doobie Brothers.
Well, Doobie Brothers pre-solo career of Michael McDonald. Also good stuff, I think, at least. They definitely have some good hits in there. So
I've had a good weekend. Barbecue.
Yeah,
I've eaten a lot of burgers, a lot of hot dogs.
As you do.
Ever since I've seen how a hot dog is made, I only want to eat hot dogs when they're grilled during a barbecue.
You want to make sure they're good and fried.
I get that good grilled char marks on them.
Oh man, yeah, no. Do yourself a favor, and if there's ever a how it gets made or how did this get made on hot dogs, skip that episode. Just go ahead and skip it.
Yeah, just skip it. They'll terrify you and kill you, and they'll never want to eat a hot dog ever again. Me and Snoop are scarred for life. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why did Snoop go to a hot dog factory?
No. You gotta watch. You gotta Google Snoop. Watch how hot dogs are made.
Oh my God. Well, okay. I got some homework to do after this episode.
Because he's guessing everything in his son about what this is, and then when he sees a hot dog, he's like, "Oh my God, I never would eat this crap."
Yeah. What are they making? Beach balls or inflatable pool thing? No, they're hot dogs. Ooh.
But while we were barbecuing, I got a chance to see the Terminator teaser trailer for the new Terminator movie, Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh my God, Dan, they're getting the band back together.
They're getting the band back together. It's the third reboot. Right? They're skipping every other Terminator movie after T2. So this essentially is Terminator 3, the real Terminator 3, not the Terminator 3 we got back in 98.
No, not the one with like Claire Danes and and the weird like female Terminator. And the I still think the awesome cherry picker scene coming down the highway, which I thought was like the highlight of that movie, but the rest of it was kind of a little
It looks good. They're taking it back. James Cameron is back, but I think he's back as producer, he's not directing. It's the third reboot. I wasn't excited. You sound a
little tired, Dan. It sounds a little like you can't handle all these reboots.
I forgot this was coming out this week, right? Like I forgot. I even forgot about the movie, to be honest. So I was not looking forward to it, but when I saw it, I was like, oh wow, okay, yep. I could dig this. Dig this. We have like a super powered Terminator bad guy. We have a super powered Terminator good guy. Well, good girl. It's a female, and they showed Arnold at the end as an old man.
Yep.
So I don't know what this means. So Genesis, that was the last Terminator. That was the last reboot, the second reboot. They said that he was like a robot, but he was old because he had that aging technology, so he can blend in with the times or something along those lines. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do.
A couple of sentences just to kind of like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense.
This is why. Yeah.
Moving on.
I don't have no idea why he's old in this one. I'm going to take a wild guess. I love my wild guess predictions.
Yeah, you did have a pretty good prediction. I have to admit.
I'm going to predict he's not a robot. This is not a robot. This is he's a man. Okay? He's a real man. This is what they base the robot on in the future. That's my guess. He's a real man. And he will die.
I kind of like that twist, right? Here's this super soldier or whatever, right? This kind of perfect human specimen. Oh, let's go ahead and model the T-800 or whatever off this guy, right? And that's why he looks like him. You know what? If that was the reasoning, I could get down with that conceit in the movie, and I'd be like, all right.
At the end, before he dies, because if he's a man, he will die. He will die in the movie. He's going to tell everybody, get to the chopper! Get to the chopper!
Oh, my God.
And he's going to blow up.
There was a completely different franchise, by the way. Pretty sure that was Quevedo.
They're going to bring them all together. It's going to be the Schwarzenegger Cinematic Universe.
Oh, my God. The CCU? Schwarzenegger Cinematic Universe?
SCU. SCU.
Oh, Schwarzenegger. That's right. Wow, I can't spell today. Anyway.
For more news I got that, after I saw that was cool. I haven't really been paying attention. I've been busy with work. Work has been crazy and setting up barbecue and all that stuff. But found out that Sonic the Hedgehog movie got delayed as well.
Yep. Well,
it was supposed to come out in November, and then everyone hated CGI.
Everyone hated the trailer and the Sonic CGI specifically. So they were like, immediately, like the next day, they're like, all right, we're going to fix it, guys. We're committed to making a good movie. And we had definitely reported on that. I think we had kind of come to the conclusion that we don't necessarily think fixing the CG model of Sonic is really going to get people to go see the movie, but it is what it is. And then you had the comment of like, well, if it's going to come out in November, that means everyone has to work double time, right?
They got to do the crunch, right? We hear about crunch in video games. We never hear about crunch in movies. I'm sure they do crunch in movies to meet deadlines as well.
Same thing. Yeah. If something's got to change, like they have to get it done because movies, especially, they've bought. It's going to be out in the theaters at this time. No, the movie is the movie, right? They bought all the advertisement. They have all the TV spots, all the YouTube pre-roll. Like it's all built.
Unless you're Marvel, and then you could add in the last cutscene.
Right.
2 weeks later, after the movie's been out already.
Yeah.
So it's going to be delayed until next February, 2020. When do you think When do you think we'll see a new and improved trailer?
I would probably say by November. I'd probably say by the holidays. I'd be like, hey, remember the Sonic thing? Like, I think they kind of have to put a new trailer out too to get people re-excited for the movie, right?
Okay. How about this? What if they put out a new trailer?
Mm-hmm.
And
oh boy, here it comes.
That Sonic sucks. Everyone hates that Sonic. What are you gonna do? Delay it again until the summer?
Honestly, if you wanted my opinion, changing the CG model is not going to get more money. It's just going to end up costing you more money because the plot's probably going to be ridiculous. The people that are going to go to see it are going to go to watch it burn, right? And there's only going to be a small amount of people who are going to even do that.
That would be us. We can watch it.
I want to go. I'm actually very interested.
Come on, we can do a
movie.
whole show. We can do a whole show on. We did a whole show on Star Wars.
I don't know if it warrants a whole show, Dan. Let's not get crazy.
The Sonic movie.
Let's not get crazy. It's like we could donate the first part of the show to Sonic. I don't know if I could speak any more about that.
This would be in February, right? So this would be like show 221, the Sonic the Hedgehog special.
Oh my god.
No? Okay.
I mean, we should definitely go see the movie. If there's enough to talk about, I would be down for doing a show. I think it'd be kind of funny too.
All right, let's wrap up the whole movie front. Just some news. I got that I am excited. I'm excited, ecstatic, excited,
overjoyed,
and sad for. Yeah, that's Jessica Jones. We knew that Jessica Jones was getting. They were in like production for the 3rd season. Well, everyone else got canceled. Luke Cage, Daredevil, Punisher. Everyone else was canceled.
Right, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist was the first one. Iron Fist was the first one to get canceled. By the way, if you have a chance while it's still on Netflix, binge watch Iron Fist. If you get past the first 2-3 episodes, it's not as bad as people made it out to be. It's
there. You go. There you go. It gets the Dan Robinson. Not that bad. Silver approval.
There you go. I get back in the corner defending it. Like I got back in the corner defending the Order 1886. Second time I get it right.
It's not a bad game. It's just super short. It is not a $60 game. It is a $20 game.
Well, now you can get it for 10.
There you go. 10. See, now it's the perfect price. I would recommend anybody to go out and buy that game. So
and if sales go through the roof, it may get nominated for Game of the Year in 2019.
What? What? All right, no, we're gonna have to talk to the governing body that puts together these nominations for Game of the Year and see if that's allowable.
It's allowed. It'll be an honorary Game of the Year 2020 because it's like grandfathered in 5 years later. But Jessica Jones gets its what we think will be its final season. I mean, everyone else got canceled. I mean, it's safe to say that Jessica Jones will probably get canceled after the 3rd season. It's coming out in the first half of June, so I'm excited. I wonder if they're going to tie this into the cinematic universe at all, with maybe the Thanos snap. Maybe it starts off with everyone disappears and she has to figure out what the hell's going on, or something along those lines. That would be pretty cool to tie it in. Right.
Wow, Dan, you're like real ambitious here. That's crazy.
Well, look, all of these shows started with Daredevil. They all started with the event in New York, right? With the Avengers. They never mentioned the Avengers.
They mentioned the event in New York, but that was it. It was a one-off kind of line. But I mean, they certainly could. They certainly could. I feel like it'd be a big feat, right? Because then, if you're referencing the Thanos snap, that means everything else like happened. Right, so there's all these other events and things and the whatever that you have to.
Well, we got. You have
to now like take note of. Okay, not necessarily bring it to the show, but
spoilers for Avengers Endgame right now. Okay, spoilers.
Yep.
After Infinity War, where he snaps. Okay, they have 5 years in between Endgame and Infinity War.
They do. So are you saying that it takes place in that kind of
5 years
ruined timeline?
In that 5 years, there's so many things.
It would be ambitious and it would be interesting, and that's all I'll say about that.
If Disney had their own streaming service when this started with the whole Daredevil, Punisher, and all that stuff, it would have been amazing storytelling to have, because we think Captain America and Iron Man, they're pretty much done. As we knew them in the cinematic universe, right? They're not going to play those characters again. But it would have been fitting and great storytelling if we still had Daredevil and Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Punisher, Iron Fist and they tell the story because they didn't get snapped away. They tell the story within those 5 years, and maybe Captain America, who, again, spoilers, starts the movie off, talking at like a support group, right? In New York at that. So, well, it seems like he was in New York. He could have been a guest spot.
Yeah, he was at like
one episode.
I'm pretty sure he was at like Met Stadium. I think they showed the outside of that. Yeah.
Well, they showed outside. City Field. They showed Statue of Liberty. He could have been in a city. He could have been in Manhattan, and maybe he could have helped Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, or something like that as a special guest appearance for like one episode within that 5-year span. That would have been great storytelling, and I wish they.
It's ambitious.
I'm holding hope, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I'll give you that. No, they're definitely not going to do that. But it is ambitious.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into. This is the last week of May. We have June coming up. Let's get into the notable games coming out next month. I got to be honest. Out of all the games coming out next month, I only really see 4 games that are notable to talk about. I mean, we have Persona Q2,
right,
coming out for the 3DS,
right,
June 4th, in the beginning of June. That seems maybe it's one of the last official 3DS games to come out.
Yeah, it's weird that it's the first Persona Q did come out on 3DS, so it's not weird that Persona Q2 is coming out on 3DS, but just so late in the life cycle, right? Yeah, it probably possibly will be the last game.
I hope not. I hope
not.
I want some more games that no one else is going to buy that I'm going to buy.
You just want to get that. You just want to snatch up those rare games while you can.
Well, I'm buying Persona Q2.
I know you are because you want those rare games when they're only $60 or $40.
I don't think. Listen, because there's so many 3DSs and 2DSs out there, I don't think this is going to be the last. I think they're going to put out some more games.
Maybe, honest. Yeah. I'm sure you're going to get some shovelware and some this and that and some rhythm games and what. So, it's probably going to be like Jillian Michaels, Dance Academy or something stupid.
And I'm going to buy it if it's the last game with 3DS official. A game that we're all waiting for. We didn't get a chance to play it at PAX, but I am super psyched for this, and that is Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. It has 2 release dates. So PS4, Xbox One, PC release date is June 18th, and then the Switch version comes out June 25th. So I'm probably not going to get this on a Switch.
Well, no. By all accounts at this point, it would be dumb because they said that the performance was not great on the Switch, right? And we know that Igarashi put out the video. They're like, look, we know the original graphics were, in his words, like utter shit. And he went back and redid everything, and there's like a video comparison between the two. So I'm going to assume that performance, kind of the performance issues were taken into account. So they're gonna like beef the Switch up and fix some of the frame rate issues and like whatever else. But I think it's a safe bet. You said you're gonna go what, Xbox One with this?
I'm gonna go Xbox One with this. I have a lot to play on PS4, but a lot of games that I've been buying lately have been on PS4. So
yeah, I'm gonna either go PS4 or Xbox One. It's still TBD for me, but
you're still gonna buy it though.
Oh, of course. Okay. I think the game's gonna be great.
Another game I am psyched for, which I will be buying on the PS4, coming out June 21st for PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. Hopefully the Switch version comes out at the same time. We'll see. So far, it's still slated all 3 June 24th, and that's Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled.
Oh yeah,
I'm buying this.
You got to play it at PAX. You seemed to be over the moon about it.
Listen, I dig it.
Yeah. It is like Mario Kart, but different enough that it warrants a purchase, right?
Oh, listen, you can't play it like Mario Kart because if you do, you're definitely gonna get burned on this. But I didn't play the Crash Team Racing games. I played it like once, maybe once or twice when it first came out and played PS1 at a friend's house. I never owned it. But then I got it later on as it was a collector, and I was like, wow, this is a really underrated game. I really like this game. And I played it at PAX, and I got to be honest, I was in the lead when the game counted, and once you do one fall, that's it. It's hard to get that lead. It's hard to get that lead back.
I saw you tumble.
It's hard to get that lead back, and I was in the lead for almost two laps. For almost 2 laps, I was in the lead, and I made one mistake, and it cost me. So I need retribution. I need to buy this game. I'm buying it on the PS4. And lastly, a game that I now have to pre-order because I want the stylus. Right. Coming out on the Switch June 28th, Super Mario Maker 2.
Coming out on the Switch. It's not coming out for Xbox or PlayStation 4?
I got to tell you, if this game came out for Xbox and PlayStation 4, I would buy it for all 3 consoles because it would be the first Mario game ever to come out multi-platform.
How funny would that be? That'd be like a great April Fool's joke. There's like Mario Maker 2 coming out for PC, Xbox, Switch, PS Vita, the Vectrex.
Oh, you don't want the Vita version. You don't want the Vita version. Hey, you get any good pickups this weekend? Any Memorial Day pickups?
I got a couple of pickups. I don't know if they're great pickups, but they're certainly pickups, and I love them.
Listen, everything is great pickups, Dave.
That's right.
Okay?
That's
They're
right.
adding your collection. You're giving them a good home.
No pickup too small. That's right.
No pickup is too small. So everybody's collection is like a fingerprint. It's different.
Unique in every way. So I picked up Skate 1 and 2 to complete the Skate trilogy because EA, where's the new Skate sequel? Come on now. Like, it's your game. You developed it in-house.
Well, we'll stay tuned for a prediction show coming next week.
Yeah, right. Maybe we'll have a prediction new Skate game coming out on next gen hardware. Who knows? Beyond Skate 1 and 2, Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End for the Wii, and the Avatar of the game also for the Wii. So I picked up those for a very good price, half price at Goodwill. You got to look out for those tag sales, which they do have every day. So yeah, just those 4 games. That's what I got.
So I picked up a bunch of games, and you'll see that all my pickups sort of have a theme. Okay. So I mean, I realized I didn't have the original Saints Row. So I have Saints Row 2, 3, 4, and the remastered for the 3rd. So I had to pick up the original Saints Row for.
Do you have the do you have the Saints Row 4 Special Edition with the dubstep gun?
No.
You got to pick that up then. It is a collector's item.
First of all, how many Saints Row 4 DLC packs were there?
I think there was just 2, Gat Out of Hell and one more. I'm pretty sure there was just 2.
Because I have Saints Row 4 National Treasure Edition.
Right.
PS3. And I got the Greatest Hits version. I got that at Toys R Us for like $10.
The National Treasure Edition, I would assume, would be all of the DLC with it. I'm assuming it's like the gold version, but I could be wrong.
But I was going to buy the Get Out of Hell, but I was like, I'm not a big fan. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a big fan of Saints Row series.
But yet you have all of the Saints Row games.
I didn't say I wasn't a fan. I just said I wasn't a big fan. Not a big fan.
I would almost bet you by next week you're going to have Saints Row 4 Get Out of Hell. Yeah. I would almost bet you.
Maybe. I'll just wait till the week after.
Yeah, of course. But you're going to get it.
I got Assassin's Creed 3, the remastered for the Switch.
Hey, nice. Have you actually played that yet, or?
I have not cracked it open yet.
Okay. I'm curious to see how the performance is on it.
But you'll see a theme. I have a theme with the rest of my pickups. I picked up Team Sonic Racing for the Switch, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing for the DS. Sonic and All-Star Racing Transform Bonus Edition for the Wii U. The Wii U, I'm keeping it alive, baby. Keeping it alive. I'm still buying games for the Wii U. I thought I had this game, actually. I thought I had it on the PS4, but I guess I didn't. I have the Sonic and All-Star Racing Transform, not the bonus edition, for the Vita. So that's where my confusion lied. I got Sonic Riders for the GameCube and Sonic Riders Zero Gravity for the Wii. So I did a little theme. I went out and got all the Sonic Racing games. And I already had Sonic R, the Japanese version for the Saturn.
Right.
So I think that's all I think. I could be wrong. I hope I'm right. I think that's all the Sonic Racing games.
That sounds pretty complete. You know, I'm not the most knowledgeable on the Sonic, but I know Sonic R was kicked off
first racing game.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. As we always try to start the show but epically fail, what have you been playing?
Oh, Dan, you know what's my favorite part of the show, and I have some news, Dan, about me and Persona 5.
You're halfway done still.
I am in the last month of the game. I'm there.
You sure?
I'm gonna bet you
throw a curveball.
No. I will say this. Come next week, Persona 5, by yours truly, by Dave Rotino, one half rated G, that game will be beat. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Also been playing The Way on the Switch. I talked about this game last week.
What game is that? The Way?
Maybe I didn't.
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
This game is on sale for like 99 cents. It is a puzzle adventure game with pixel art style. Again, for 99 cents. If that's not incentive enough for you to go pick the game up, if you're a fan of puzzle adventures, if you like the pixel art style, it's a really good game. They're kind of like big environmental puzzles. They'll kind of put you in an area, and they'll be like, all right, you need to power up your ship or whatever, or you need to get your truck across this military base or whatever, and then you'll go, okay, well, there's some lasers in the way. How do I get rid of the lasers? And you got to find the control panel and then turn the lasers off, and then there's enemies around, so you have to go and find a weapon to kill the enemies. It's really cool. I finished like the first couple of screens. It's super good, especially for $1 in the Switch store. It is the remastered version. I don't necessarily know what they remastered. I thought this game was fairly recent, but I guess they put a new coat of paint on it and whatever else. It is pretty beautiful. And again, only $1. Only $1. Nice. And then I've been getting into all the new DLC, all the free DLC for Dead Cells, which I just started coming across some of the new stuff, and it is super cool. It's a lot of like little things that they've been adding to the game. Some quality of life stuff, some new power-ups, some new weapons, some new random things that can be generated per level. So I'm loving it. I've spent a hell of a ton of time in this game. I was looking at my play count, and it is very high. It is like nearing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man, I'm putting the time in.
Get out of here.
I'm putting the time in.
Wow, you really are putting the time in.
Yeah. So how about you?
I've been playing a little bit of Castlevania 4 on the Switch.
On the Castlevania collection?
Castlevania collection. I only put an hour in so far.
Fair enough.
I beat Box Boy plus Box Girl on the Switch.
Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you. Dan. Thank you. I gotta be honest, that last part is it may last 10 seconds. And I don't know if it's meant for you to beat it or if it's something that you just can't beat. All right, where you're trying to make it to the ship. Spoilers. You're trying to make it to a ship just in the last part. It's not really a puzzle or anything. It's after you finish all the puzzles, you have to run to a ship. And I can't make it to the ship. And I'm trying to think, is it me or is it intended for me not to make it to the ship?
Interesting.
I have to see. I have to see if I've been. I got to be honest. I tried 20 times and I can't make it to the ship. And I don't know if it's by design, because if it is, then why even have this thing where I'm running to the ship? Just make it a cinematic trailer. Just make it a trailer. What's the point? Because I'm going crazy. I'm like, why did that work? That should have worked. Box Boy and Box Girl is driving me nuts.
Yeah, right. That would be like super meta. Just to have the game at the end of the game, it's futile. You can never win, matter how hard you try. You just can't make it, and that's the game.
Because I'm thinking I'm getting a different ending if I make it to the ship. Mm-hmm. But whatever. Really, if you like a puzzle game where you have to really think about stuff, just try to. I would pick this up. I mean, it's not that expensive. I don't remember how much I paid for it. I mean,
I think it's under 60, right? Yeah, maybe 40, 50, less than that.
Oh, way less than that. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think maybe it's $20 or less.
Physical?
Guaranteed. No physical, digital.
That's the rub.
Digital only. Well, hey, you spent 99 cents on a digital remaster.
Well, that's very different than $20.
Well, I think it's under $20. I don't think I paid $20 for it.
All right.
I don't remember. Mm-hmm. And I've been playing a lot over the weekend. A lot of Team Sonic Racing on the Switch. And surprise, surprise, Vita Island, baby. Vita Island. I took the Vita with me over the weekend. I've been playing Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed on the Vita.
It is the perfect portable system right under the Nintendo Switch, the Nintendo 3DS.
No, I gotta be honest.
The Game Boy Advance, the Nintendo DS, the Atari Lynx, the TurboGrafx portable, the WonderSwan. And those old school Tiger Electronics sports games.
Get the fuck out of here! Listen,
it's right up there.
Listen, the Vita is 1B to the Switch's 1A. The Vita, I love the Vita.
All right,
more now.
All right.
I love the Vita, man. I love the Vita.
It's good.
I played the heck out of the Vita, and I got to be honest. I've been playing Team Sonic Racing, which is different because even if you win, like you win the race, you're number one, it's about your team. So you want to try to help your team boost up too. So if you're number one, but your team, it's 3 people on the team, and if the other 2 people are like 5th and 9th place, you're not going to get you're only going to get so many points. You're not going to really level up.
It's interesting. So it's like combined based on how everybody does, as opposed to just how well you do.
And I like the fact that so look, if you don't get number 1, but you get number 2 and your teammates get 3 and 4, you're going to get more points in that race because that person who got number 1, their teammates probably got 9 and 6.
Right.
So they don't give you, when you hit the question mark, they don't give you a lot of options. Like in Mario Kart, where you get a lot of options. You get the red shell, the spike shell.
Well, they've had 9 almost. Well, they had.
I guess more
8.
Mario Kart
they had
games
8 different versions of it. Yeah.
They have more Mario Kart games than there are Sonic.
Right. So they definitely had time to perfect their power up system.
Yeah, but the power up system I think is pretty cool, where they simplify it for you, where you get a handful of choices, and you can share that with your teammates if they're running behind. Oh. So if I can get the equivalent of a red shell, let's say. Right, I'm gonna share that with you, Dave, because I'm in 1st place, but I get a red shell. I'm gonna share that with you because you're in 5th place, and that can help. And maybe that'll help you boost up, where you can hit somebody in front of you and try to get 4th place. Right? So,
I get it.
Playing with the bots, they have cheesy dialogue. Of course. And I have the Switch version. So if you have the Switch version, the opening cinematic is cut for space.
So, that's upsetting.
So hopefully one day when Team Sonic, I keep calling it Sonic Team Racing. It's Team Sonic Racing. When Team Sonic Racing is in a bargain bin for $15 for Xbox One and PS4, I'll pick it up so I can see the opening cinematic. Because I have no idea I have no idea what's going on. To be honest, I like it. I just think the one thing I hate about the Sonic racing games, and I've only played 2. I think about it. I've played 3. I've played Team Sonic Racing, Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing, and Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing Bonus Edition. The only thing I hate about it is when you do the story mode, I just want to race. No matter if it's team racing or single races, I want to race. They put the challenges in here where you'll have like 5 or 6 races, and then you have to beat a challenge to move on. And I'm like, the challenges should be separate. Like it should be a challenge mode to where if you want to do certain challenges, you can do that and maybe get points or stars or I don't know. You can level up your car or whatever, your vehicle. I don't want that in my story mode. I just want to race. If I lose the race, that's one thing. Yeah. I don't want to have to not be able to progress because I can't beat a challenge mode.
What's so different about the challenge modes? Is it not just like a beat your competitor?
No. It's okay. I'll tell you a challenge. Here's a challenge where you have to hit a certain amount of targets. It's just you.
I see.
It's just you, and you gotta hit a certain amount of targets in a certain amount of time. And if you don't, you lose. And you gotta retry. That's it. You can't progress to the next story race or challenge race. There may be a challenge after it.
Oh my god!
There may be 2 or 3 challenges in a row.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I
get what you're saying. It's a different type of game mechanic, I guess, right? One is a race, one is like a trick thing or whatever, right? Could be a speed thing, could be a target thing, could be a jump thing or whatever. Like, Yeah, I mean, I would say like keep that separate if it ruins the flow of the going from Grand Prix to Grand Prix, like that kind of makes sense. But I guess they really wanted you to play them, so they're like, you know what, they're going right in after every fourth race.
Put them in story mode.
Yeah, you gotta get through.
So far, I like Team Sonic Racing, but I like Sonic and All Stars Racing Transform better. I haven't played it in a long time, so I'm sort of coming at it with fresh eyes, playing it on the Vita. Mm-hmm. The courses are more directed towards like different Sega, games in the past, right? Mm-hmm. I like the character select because you have the crazy taxi guy and stuff like that.
Oh, he's in the game?
No, he's in the game. Yeah, crazy taxi.
Oh, he's in Transformed. Yeah.
Transformed. Yeah.
Okay.
Which I'm saying I like Transformed better right now than Team Sonic Racing. I like the character select better. I like the stages better. They still have challenge mode too, as well, which is annoying. I got to be honest, but I sort of I like that better, and it's transformed so you could be one lap is you're driving, next lap you're in the water, and next lap you're in the air, right? That was the whole gimmick of transformed.
Right.
You don't really get that so much in Team Sonic Racing. The whole gimmick is you have to help your team, which I like, which I'm not saying it's bad. I think this should have been maybe Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed Team Edition or something instead of just wiping the slate clean and doing something totally different. Maybe they should have built upon the whole Transformed series. So that's my 2 cents. I like the game. I like the last version better than the new version, but I still like this game. It's okay. All right, why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we get into the top gaming news of last week. And we're back. All right, let's get into the top gaming news of last week. And let's get into our lead story. We know next gen is right around the corner, 2020. I'm just saying.
Announcements 2019, consoles 2020, yeah.
I doubt it. I doubt we're going to get full announcements. I think we're going to get some teaser.
We're going to get something. Someone's going to drop, hey, we have a next gen console coming out next year. Guaranteed.
Well, that's the case. That Sony already dropped it because they did that interview. Mark Cerny did an interview with Wired about the next gen PlayStation load times, right? Now, they didn't call it the PS5, but for the purposes of talking about next gen, we're going to refer to it as PS5 and what Dave refers to as the Xbox Prime.
It's going to be the Prime, baby. I'm telling you. There's good money. Good money would say, the analysts would say there's good money on PlayStation, Xbox Prime being the next console name.
So Sony had their Investors Relations Day in Japan, and someone, I'm going to say they weren't supposed to, snapped some video.
Mm-hmm. They were doing some sly cell phone video on the side.
PlayStation 5 load times with Spider-Man, just like what Mark Cerny talked about, having Spider-Man do the load time. It was, if you're doing a PS4, it's like 8.2 seconds or something like that. But on the PS5, it'll be 0.8 seconds, which is
right. Yeah,
fast.
It was like instantaneous to like load from like scene to scene and this and that. It looked like real impressive. One thing that I think you brought up before the show that I thought was real interesting is that this is all last gen video games, right? It should be quick, right? You're running a PS2 game on a PS3. You're running a PS3 game on a PS4. If you can find a game that's been compatible with it, but the idea is like you're running an old game on new hardware. It should be able to take advantage of the new hardware, right? So at least there's that in place. But I think it'd be kind of good to see what are the load times for a PS5 game, right? For a game that
PS5 is going to be much bigger, right? Because it's going to be more graphically intense. The assets are going to be bigger. So
sure. The world, the scope of the games are going to grow. Like it's just natural. It just happens.
So I doubt that that Spider-Man 2, right, when it inevitably comes out, because it will come out for PS5.
Oh yeah, no, of course not. It's going to be at least a couple of seconds.
It's not going to be 0.8 second load time. It probably will be 2 seconds, right? I'll give it that. Maybe it'll be 2 seconds.
It'd be at least 2 seconds.
Still faster.
I mean,
which is
still 2 seconds.
Than...
I'd be doing backflips right now, Dad. They would have the market. They get 2-second load time? Forget it.
Which would be faster. It's still faster than the PS4 loading the original Spider-Man, which is 8 seconds. And mind you, we're splitting hairs here. We're talking about seconds. We're talking about seconds.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't have a problem waiting 8 seconds. But I'm not gonna have a problem with.
But I mean, like, if you compound that like over and over again, like some games are worse than others, right? I mean, I'll take like Persona for example, because I've been playing that. Like, just about every screen you go into has some sort of loading to it, right? And I think the only reason it's so egregious is that it was built with the PS3 in mind, and then also they had better visuals for the PS4. But it was like, well, we're not gonna go backwards with it, right? We're not gonna start with the PS4 and then try and make it work on the PS3. They did it the other way around, basically. So like every damn like screen is like a wait, and it's another wait and another wait. So it's a little long. Yeah, you add those up over time, a couple seconds over time, like adds up to a lot, you know.
I guess overall, if you're talking about just progressing through the game, the load times can get a little annoying. We've come really far compared to the PS1 load time.
Oh my god, right? I know.
Now we're talking minutes.
Yeah,
not seconds.
Sometimes it would take upwards of a minute to load a stage, if not more. It was ridiculous.
So I'm okay with 8 seconds, and I'll be even better with 0.8 seconds. So the next gen PlayStation, I think Wired confirmed that the next gen would get drastic GPU and CPU updates. It will be I'll have ray tracing, and the whole big thing that Mark Sony was talking about is the new audio, 3D audio, right? Mm-hmm. And they will rely on improved SSD for quick load times.
Yeah, and so, it's
it'll have 50,000 teraflops.
Yeah, or whatever it's gonna be. Yeah,
come on, the teraflop war is over before it even started. Come on,
I'm pretty sure when they announced the PS5 and the Xbox Prime, they're gonna state how many teraflops of compute power they have. I guarantee it.
We had the bit wars. Like 16's better than 8.
Yeah.
32 is better than 16.
The teraflop thing just came out. Like they just did it to compare the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X, right?
There were no rumors though. Come on, where are the rumors for the teraflops in the PS5?
There's someone's gonna have it as a bullet point during their presentation. I guarantee.
It's gonna be 20 teraflops.
But well, hopefully, that'd be great. That'd be like double
I don't. You know how much money it is? It's 25.
It's fine. They're already stating that they're going to have like ray tracing built in, which is very computationally intensive, right? This is why we barely see any ray tracing in video games now. And essentially, it's from what I understand, ray tracing is like it's a way to get like natural light and shadows and whatnot, like real realistic from a particular point. So you like throw a line out of light, and then whatever that bounces off of, and this and that will create and cast shadows, and this and that. It's very different than how they do it now, which is they kind of like fudge it. They like kind of make it sort of real, but it's not necessarily realistic lighting. And ray tracing will do that, as far as I understand. So I'm not necessarily into all of the nitty gritty on it, but it definitely is a good thing. And I'm very excited to see what they do with it on the PS5. On a tangential note, I did see that they are redoing Quake 2 for the PC with ray tracing, and there's a video online. If you look up Quake 2 RTS, I was looking at it this morning. It's like a night and day. It's like a completely different game, and they have like ray tracing built in for everything in that game. I don't know if it's free to download. It maybe I still have to look into that, but it did look pretty beautiful. And this is Quake 2 from 1997, 98, right? This is a 20-year-old game, 21-year-old game right now, and it looked pretty damn good.
Nice. Well, I just care about what the controls are going to be. All right, I love the rumors that it's going to be sort of like a regular style PS4 controller. That'll be a PS5. I'm sure they'll tweak some things to make it sort of like a DualShock 5.
Yeah. They always kind of iterate over pretty much the best controller.
But the biggest iteration would be the rumored sort of PSP style controller, where it'll have a huge screen on it, and it'll look like a PSP or a Vita, so to speak, in your hand.
Right. I mean,
as a controller.
I could see them doing that, considering how well the Switch did. And the technology has obviously come down in price, so you could.
But will it be like a Wii U? Will it be it'll be a better Wii U, right? Like, because what's the point of having a bigger screen? Because we already have sort of like a touch area on the DualShock 4.
Well,
what's the point of having the screen unless the purpose of it is you can have a second screen, or someone can actually watch TV and you can play on your controller?
Well, those are all possibilities for sure, and I think they're good possibilities, right? That'd be kind of exciting, and you could do some neat things with it. What I was assuming that you would use it as like a kind of an inventory type thing, right? If you're playing a first-person shooter, you can get like your ammo readout, your health, whatever, maps and things like that. You can kind of pull up on the screen, more of like a utility second screen situation.
How good would the Wii U be if the Wii U gamepad was small like the Switch, right, and not big and clunky?
It would have been a bit better, but it still suffered from poor marketing, lack of third-party games on the system.
All right, well, we call it something else. We don't call it the Wii U.
That too, yeah. So
and the gamepad is not clunky.
Right. It would have done better. I still don't think it would have
done better.
I mean, sure, it certainly would, but I don't think it would have been a success in the way. Like those are definitely two things that needed to be fixed. More than just Ubisoft putting out Just Dance games for the system, that would have helped.
Which they still do.
I know,
and the Wii, and I keep buying them.
It's crazy.
I'm determined to buy the last game on both systems.
Well, good luck with that. It's going to be like 2030 by the time they stop making those games.
Limited Run still now has been putting out Wii U games. So. Well, we'll see. We're not going to hear anything E3 about the PS5, but hopefully they'll have a State of Play or PlayStation Experience this year, or Tokyo Game Show. Who knows when they'll just pop up and say, "Here's the PS5." And I still think, I still think they're not going to do this at E3, but I still think we will hear more about the controller of the PS5. They will officially announce that before they officially announce the next gen PlayStation system. But something they did announce, PlayStation will have a new division to it. They will be the division will be for film and television. Now, this is different and separate from Sony TV. Like Sony has their own, movies and TV shows. So
right, yeah, I was actually just going to ask because don't they already have a film and TV division? They do, but Sony you're saying this is going to be like game specific.
This is going to be a PlayStation. Right. Film and TV, where they want to bring PlayStation exclusives, IPs that they own to the big screen and small screen.
This definitely makes sense. We know that throughout history, video game adaptations have been notoriously bad. There's Nari one that
was good. Okay, Mortal
Kombat I think was a fun movie. It was
and Highlander. Highlander was Raiden.
I know, but then they just squashed him in the second one. And they're like, "Oh, we can't afford you anymore."
Well, no.
We can't get
Johnny
Christopher
Cage.
Lambert.
They killed Johnny Cage in part 2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then they got some other.
The first one was
to play Raiden in part 2. Which
yeah. The first one was definitely a fun movie, and I definitely enjoy it, and I like going back to watch it. But not, and that's like one of the best examples. Right? There is no Citizen Kane of the video game world.
I'm sorry, Street Fighter is a cult classic.
Street Fighter, obviously, it's our intro, week in, week out, right? New shows every Tuesday. As Raul Julia will tell you, for me, it was just a Tuesday. I love that movie too, but it is not a good movie, right? How do you get an Austrian bodybuilder to play the all-American hero Guile? Doesn't make any sense, Dad.
Well, Johnny Cage was supposed. Johnny Cage. The character Mortal Kombat was based on Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Right,
and
exactly.
He was supposed to play Jean-Claude was supposed to play Johnny Cage in a movie, but then I don't know who made the Street Fighter. I think Sony. I think it was on Sony's watch. Sony made Street Fighter.
Maybe, yeah.
They offered him more money to play Guile.
So there you go.
And he took it. And fun fact, that was the downward spiral of Jean-Claude Van Damme's movie career, right? So imagine if he would have did Mortal Kombat, a movie that's regarded as one of the best video game movies for what it's worth.
Right.
Compared to Street Fighter, which is a cult classic now, but one of the worst video game movies of all time.
Right. So the reason we bring all this up is that, the conceits, the plot lines, the world building of video games, of a particular franchise, say an Uncharted or a Fallout or a Halo or a Silent Hill even, they're great. There's a lot of good storytelling going on there. Well, sure. I mean, even 2 was really good too, but there's a lot of good storytelling there, and a lot of producers, executives, and directors, they miss what is so good or so unique about these game franchises, and they kind of take things in a very different direction. They change a lot of elements, which we all know that gamers can be very fickle, and if Mario doesn't look like Mario, if Mega Man doesn't look like Mega Man,
we talked about it with the Sonic movie.
Exactly.
Exactly. It doesn't look like Sonic, so people up in arms, and they got to redo it.
Yeah, so there's certain details you want to get right. You want to make sure it's done appropriately, that they're handling the source material in the right way. Taking this in-house does allow them to do that, right? Because now Sony is executive producer, right? If they're going to make a God of War movie or TV series, hint, hint, they're going to make sure that they hit the right notes and details and that the backstory is right.
Well, look, they've been trying to make an Uncharted movie for years. We've heard about the Uncharted movie since like Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
Right?
Wahlberg, Marky Mark was supposed to be. He was kind of rumored for a while to play the Nathan Drake, which would have been great. I think he would have been all right and he would have been good. But now he's getting a little old. So
yeah, that would have been terrible. That would have been terrible. And then the last report was that they wanted to have young Nathan Drake. So they're going to make a movie about young Nathan Drake. And Spider-Man, the guy who plays Spider-Man was supposed to play. Tom Holland was supposed to play a young
I could see that.
Nathan Drake.
If he bulked up a little bit, sure, I could see that. But these are all
but
properties
Nathan Fillion, everyone wanted Nathan Fillion to do it, but he's getting old.
Yeah,
he's getting a little bit too old.
Yeah,
but
he would have been perfect.
Trailer.
He would have been perfect 10 years ago.
But he did a teaser trailer, sort of like a teaser trailer last year about playing Nathan Drake that everyone loved. I don't know. It's in flux. They're taking inspiration from the MCU, how the MCU, not the universe, the cinematic universe, but just how they made adaptations of comic book characters into movie.
Right. Ant-Man could have gone way south, but
yes,
they handled it with care, and they go, okay, here's how we can film adapt this character, right? And they made it work.
They made it work. Yeah. Something that Nintendo is trying to make work, but I don't know if it's going to actually work, and that's Mario Kart Tour. The beta came out last week, only in Japan. It didn't come out here in the States. People who actually played the beta posted it online. I don't think they were supposed to. From what I see, the impressions are still up online. They haven't taken it down. Nintendo hasn't gone after those guys to take it down as of yet. As of this recording, but the beta, it looks like Mario Kart. You can use the gyro controls to move your phone to turn left or right, or you can use the D-pad that's on screen to move the cart left or right. It's always going, so it's like Mario Run where it's always moving forward. You just have to direct it.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of has to be with the lack of a controller. You want the least amount of buttons and inputs possible to make this work, right? So, yeah, there is no stopping, there is no break.
But the problem,
well, maybe there's a break. Who knows?
Everyone's up in arms over the gacha style, monetization, to where you have to either pay for gas, or if you get tired, you have to pay for stamina. So that's how they're going to monetize it, because it's a free-to-play game. It's not like Mario Run, which everyone thought this would be more of a Mario Run situation where you spend $10 or however, you spend whatever once and that's it, and you get the game, and you may have sort of DLC, right, later on.
Yeah, like new tracks, new characters and whatnot. You can buy extra stuff. Like, that would make sense. But I suppose that they saw the numbers on Mario Run and they did not meet expectations. So
mind you, they made a shitload of money on Mario. be honest. They made millions of dollars in Mario.
I mean, they did, but it still didn't hit expectations.
Hundreds. It still
didn't hit their expectations. You know, they could
have made billions of dollars.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think this is a bad move on Nintendo's part. They will make more money with the freemium model, right? You can like play for free, and then you have to spend a little bit to kind of refill your car or buy more gems for whatever, for power ups or bonuses or this and that, extra characters if you want, you know. Well, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have a prediction.
Okay.
So we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is the best-selling game on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mario Kart Tour. I predict, and this is not an E3 prediction. This is not something that's going to happen anytime soon. But I predict the next full-on Mario Kart game, which will probably be Mario Kart Ultimate, right? It'll have everything from every Mario Kart game ever.
Mm-hmm.
Will be Mario Kart 10. They're going to count either Tour or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as Mario Kart 9.
Oh yeah, maybe.
It'll be Mario Kart X or 10 because it'll be Ultimate. Okay, it'll probably be called Ultimate if they use every track ever made, right? But it'll be the 10th. They're going to look at it as the 10th version of Mario Kart because they're going to say, "Well, we did Mario Kart Tour. That's number 9. Use on your phone, do your mobile phone." Or we did 8 Deluxe, right? 8 Deluxe. It's different enough. We're just because everyone skips 9, right? Microsoft skipped 9 when they put out their operating system. They went straight to 10.
I mean, they did, and that wasn't even the 10th operating system, depending on how you count. You know, so that was all sorts of weird. I don't know what was going on there, but I think one thing that's kind of fair to note, and it seems a little bit devious on Nintendo's part, is two things, I guess. One, you're not racing against live competitors; it's all CPU based, right? So there is no online head-to-head or anything like that as far as we know in the game. And another thing is that certain characters get certain bonuses on certain tracks, right? So things like, Luigi, if there's a Luigi's Mansion level or a Ghost House or whatever, he'll get bonuses if you race with him on that track, right? If you don't have Luigi, you obviously don't get those bonuses. You're racing with Mario, he's just going to be a standard racer. I feel like you're going to need to match up the racer with their stage to get that bonus. Thus, you're going to need to spin to win to get that character, right?
Well, here's the thing: if you're racing, I don't know what the premise is going to be, where you have certain amount of races to get the trophy, like it is in like a regular Mario Kart. We have the mushroom races and the star races.
I would assume, yeah, but
I would assume you're racing with every every race you do, whoever stage that is will be number 1, right? That you have to beat, right? So if you're in the mushroom stage, Toad is probably going to be in lead, and in the next stage is going to be the castle. Princess will be in the lead, right? So someone will always have the advantage to be in a lead, and you catch them, right? And that's fair.
Well, that's true. That's true.
If you have 10 characters and 10 stages, that's kind of fair, where everyone has their opportunity to be number 1 because they'll have the boost. Right, it's probably going to be more boost than anything. It'll be like you have 3 boosts instead of 1 boost. So,
yeah, that's that's interesting. If they go with that, if they go with that Grand Prix model, right? There'll be 4 tracks in a set, and yeah, they'll probably be super varied. So, I don't know.
Well, let's stick with more Nintendo mobile games, right? Like I said, Mario Run made millions of dollars, but it didn't make $1 trillion what they wanted, obviously.
$1 is that a
quadrillion? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's in the Mario universe, Mario cinematic universe. $1
Okay, all right. I'll go with it.
Fire Emblem Heroes and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, something that it can monetize more than they did Mario Run, was making a crap load of money, but they have sort of what you could call maybe loot boxes because of the monetization practices in it, and Nintendo is shutting those games down in Belgium because of the loot box law that's being passed in Belgium. And safe to say, I'm pretty sure Mario Kart Tour won't be released in
it's going to have heavy microtransactions in the game. It
won't be released in Belgium as well.
I guess Nintendo doesn't necessarily know. They're doing it preemptively, right? Because they don't know how how the ban is going to affect them, right? Or is it basically known that the law is out and our game isn't going to fly, so we're just going to take it out of the stores?
No, they don't know how it's going to affect them, so they don't
Right.
want to. I mean, I haven't played Fire Emblem Heroes or Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, so I don't know exactly what the monetization practices are on those games.
It's pretty heavy on the microtransactions. I mean, you can always play without it, but it's kind of
microtransactions. Yes, but are there specific loot boxes where you don't know what you're going to get when you spend money, right?
I believe so.
Thing.
Yeah,
that's the whole thing of like sort of the mystery of it all, of what you're going to get compared to knowing what you're going to buy.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, it's definitely not a 1-to-1 type situation, right? You're not paying money to get the specific character. You know, you're paying money to get a 50% chance of a level 1 rarity, right? 20% chance of a level 2. Like, it's that type situation. So, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a level 1 character, right? You're not gonna get one of the super rare characters.
So it just makes sense for them to pull it down. I mean, why? I mean, it's going to be out in other territories. You're still going to make a lot of money. Or else, I would love to know, and only they can tell you how much money they have made in Belgium. It's maybe it's not taking a big hit if you take it out of Belgium anyway, right? So they're not making that much money anyway.
That's a possibility. It may not be hurting them that much.
It just makes sense. Why go through the headache of litigation and fighting it when you just take it out and not have to worry about it, right? Because I mean, look at Australia, right? Australia is notorious for like not letting you release games that are super violent.
Yeah,
right?
they have very strict guidelines for games. I know Grand Theft Auto has had a lot of trouble over there. Lots of shooters.
Hotline Miami couldn't get released.
Hotline Miami, a game that has kind of ultra violence. It's top down. Very ultra stylized 80s synthwave style, but still there's a lot of blood. And Australia ain't having any of that, so
yeah. All right, let's shift gears a little bit. Let's hit the rest in peace button, shall we? Rest in peace.
Do we have a rest in peace button? I don't think we do.
All right, well we should.
I could play the Undertaker music.
You played Undertaker music just for like 5 seconds. I want to get flagged.
Well, I wasn't talking about his theme song. I was just talking about the kind of funeral dirge.
Let's just hit the gong, okay? Let's hit the gong.
The gong?
All right. Just rest in peace to a little known console, which I thought was going to be a big console. And that's the Ouya.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say that Ouya is little known, but little purchased, I think, maybe the better way to put it.
Wow, shots fired on its way out.
I mean, it's true. It's true. I mean, we're obviously putting the Ouya to death because nobody bought it.
Well, I bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it.
You bought it with promises of it being this like fun little kind of indie box, tiny little thing, right?
So first of all, not only did I buy it, Razer bought it, which I didn't even know. Razer bought the whole company.
Yeah. Razer, the maker of all the keyboard and mouse peripherals and whatnot. They bought this company in 2015, thinking
they bought it in the summer of 2015. Yeah.
They thought they could do something with it. Apparently not. And now their store is closing, which means that some games that require, all games, I guess, that require a sort of hit to the online store to verify your purchase. Obviously, those games aren't going to work anymore unless they patch them out. Or if they port them.
I heard that no, because it's going to be shut down on June 25th. That's the official day. So if you have a Ouya, June 25th is your last day to buy any new games. But they said that you can use, if you have any money left in your account, in your online account, you need to spend it now. So I'm assuming I can use that money to buy games and I can play. I can't play any new games.
Well, but like the thing of it is, some games require online verification. And since their store is shutting down, even though if you own the game, it still needs to ping the server, right?
Well, you know what? Well, you know what? The only way to find out is for me to boot up my Ouya, because I have the backer Ouya, the bronze one. So if you back them on Kickstarter, I have the Kickstarter Ouya. I bought it. I didn't back them on Kickstarter, but I got the Kickstarter Ouya. I bought it on eBay a couple of years ago. I'm going to go in the store and buy some games. I'm gonna buy a handful of games to see if it still works after June 25th. And then I'm gonna have Dave over for a barbecue.
I think you're gonna be very upset, Dad.
And I'm gonna have Dave over for a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm gonna do a barbecue this year. I'm gonna have Dave over, and I'm like, hey, I want to have a barbecue. And we could play Ouya games on the 60-inch. 60-inch Sony I have. I only have one controller. Maybe I have to buy two. Maybe I could buy another controller online.
Dan, I will definitely come for the barbecue. The Ouya is not enticing me in any way, shape, or form.
Come on, man. It's not that bad. You're just playing mobile games on your TV.
Here's the thing. I know you're kind of half joking. I know you're kind of half joking and whatnot, but
I really am going to go on Ouya and buy some games.
There are no exclusives on the Ouya anymore, right? So it's just
never really were.
Exactly. And like the games that were have now been ported to other systems, like the Steam Store or any other handheld or like home console. So you can get Towerfall anywhere. It was a great game. It was an exclusive, I believe, made exclusive for the Ouya, and then ended up doing real well. And they're like, we could just port this everywhere, and thus you can get it on like every single system now. So,
I have Towerfall on PS4.
Mm-hmm. That's a great game. That is a very fun multiplayer game.
No, I really like Towerfall. Towerfall. Mm-hmm. They need to put out a physical edition. Limited run if you're listening. I hope you're listening. So, all right. Let's talk about Call of Duty. I was very disappointed when Call of Duty came out last year, Black Ops 4, and didn't have a story mode. It was the first time in, God, how long? I don't know how many years where they broke my tradition of beating the story mode, the single player campaign over the weekend, right? That holiday weekend of Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. Very disappointing. I tried to play Battlefield, and it just wasn't up to snuff. I didn't like it. Yeah. And I still haven't gone back to it. Right. Still have to go back to it. I don't like it. We think all the rumors were the next Call of Duty game, which will have Naughty Dog devs, ex
Naughty Dog developers are going to be working on the game.
Who worked on the Uncharted games? Will be working on this single player game.
That's a good sign. Devs, not story writers, but still, good to see some AAA talent coming in.
Well, rumor has it that it would be called Modern Warfare 4, which made sense, right? It's name recognition. Call of Duty really hit its stride when Modern Warfare 1 came out, right?
Modern Warfare 1, which was Call of Duty 4, funny enough.
So I was psyched about that. I was willing. Mm-hmm. I mean, they did some secret showcase for NFL players and basketball players, I think.
Really?
Which that's weird. They just like a few weeks ago, which didn't get leaked out.
They get all the benefits, yeah.
Which kind of, it's like, listen, they usually announce the next Call of Duty game before E3, so we still haven't had an official release. Maybe they're waiting for E3 this time. Mm-hmm. But we have a new rumor that the new Call of Duty would be a soft reboot, and it would be just it'll just be called Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Oh my God. So to recap, they made Call of Duty in the mid-2000s, and they made 4 of them, the 4th one being Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Then they decided to drop the numbering from it. So it was just Call of Duty : Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. We would assume that it'd be Modern Warfare 4 because they did Black Ops 4. But they said, no, we're going to go ahead and reboot it. So now it's Call of Duty : Modern Warfare.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. It's weird. I know they like having everything be Call of Duty : something because that's kind of like the, it's well known as the franchise now. Oh, it's the next Call of Duty game. Is it going to be an Advanced Warfighter? Is it going to be a Ghost? Is it going to be a Black Ops? You don't know until like they announce what the next one in the series is going to be. So I get why they want to keep that. I guess it makes sense if they want to soft reboot it, but.
You can soft reboot it and call it Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah, I mean, you could just take the story in a new direction. It doesn't need to have any of the old characters, You just know that
recognition. I don't understand.
You just know it's a modern game set in somewhere in the Middle East, probably, right? Some sort of conflict going on. Just don't have any of the characters from the other games.
It could be in space. We don't know anything about this.
It's a possibility. Well, yeah, but then it would be Advanced Warfighter, I think. I think if it's in space, it qualifies as an Advanced Warfighter game, but I could be wrong.
Well, Jason Schreier of Kotaku has sort of confirmed that it'll be Modern Warfare. It's just going to be Modern Warfare, and it'll be a soft reboot. That's what he's You know, and he's not joking. He very specifically said he's not joking. It's a soft reboot. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I got to see. You know, I want to see the official announcement and see what the setting is and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not happy. Like, I like the numbering system, right? And kind of
keeps in the line a little bit.
And it kind of sort of would be apropos for it to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, where it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, right?
Right.
That would make sense. And
so
I think they're doing it the other way.
Yeah.
I think they're doing it the other way around, where it's like, it's Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. We're just going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Well, here's what happens. Like, what if this does really well, and then they want to make a Modern Warfare 2? We're back in the same boat again. We already have Call of Duty : Modern Warfare 2 because they dropped the numbering from the Call of Duty and added it to the end of the new subgenre. It's going to be super confusing.
Well, maybe they'll drop the number. Maybe it'll be Call of Duty Modern Warfare Prime. or Modern Warfare Advanced, or Modern Warfare, modern Guerrilla Modern
Warfare
Ghost. We're gonna soft reboot Ghost too.
Oh my God, yeah. Who knows?
All right, but we know that. But regardless, this is coming out in 2019. It's gonna have a story. I'm picking up my tradition where I left off in 2017. That played in 2018.
No, you skipped it.
We're gonna skip it. But let's talk about Call of Duty in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, they have 3 studios who have 3 years to create their Call of Duty to put out. So it's sort of like, we know we get a Call of Duty every year, but it's a different studio every year for 3 years.
Yep.
And it's
Modern Warfare is typically done by Infinity Ward. You know, that's their jam. They did 1 and 2, and they did 4. They didn't do 3.
And then we got Treyarch, and we got Sledgehammer.
Which did Call of Duty 3.
And we have Sledgehammer. Now, Sledgehammer was supposed to come out with 2020, but apparently development on that Call of Duty isn't doing so well. Mm-hmm. And they've pretty much slammed the door. EA slammed the door on that and said Treyarch now instead will be doing the Call of Duty that's coming out in 2020. And by all accounts, it will be a Black Ops 5. So instead of having 3 years to create Black Ops 5, they only have 2 years. Mm-hmm. And this, I got to be honest, this was disheartening, because if they have less time now to make a sequel to a game that didn't have a single player, it means to me that they're not gonna have any time to make a single player campaign in Black Ops 5. So this is just going to be another battle royale style game.
Right, just multiplayer. I know.
And then I'm going to be left looking at the next Battlefield game, which is slated for 2020 because they come out every 2 years.
Which is now going to be Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6, which came out after Battlefield 5, which came out after Battlefield 1. Right? Isn't that how that goes?
Well, we were just talking about Modern Warfare. How that's going to work. Modern Warfare 2, 2.0, 2.3, or whatever, 2.5.
My head is spinning, Dan. I can't keep up.
Xbox started this. I'm sorry. They had their OG Xbox, and then they had the Xbox One.
Don't blame Microsoft, all right?
I'm blaming Microsoft. This is their
fault. This has been around much longer, all right?
This is Microsoft. Microsoft did this. They did this with the operating system with Windows, and they did this with their consoles. I'm sorry.
Oh, whatever.
This is their fault.
Whatever. So, all right.
I'm sad that most likely in 2020 I'm not going to have a campaign.
No.
A single player campaign. This is probably going to be a better version of Black Ops 4, which is just a battle royale style game, unless they shoehorn in a bad single player campaign, which they're probably not going to do because it's going to get hammered by critics, right? I rather a Ghost 2. I'm sorry. Give me a Ghost 2.
Oh boy, hot takes from D. Robinson over here. You know what you're going to have to do then, though, right? I hate to say it. I'm going to be a little blunt here. You know what you have to do. You're going to have to spend some quality time with the family over Thanksgiving. I'm sorry.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to eat
sorry,
turkey.
Dan. You want to have some turkey and play Call of Duty. I understand. You want to have some me time. You want to have some D. Robinson time.
In 2020, hopefully I'm playing the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Prime in the Super Switch Pro.
Yeah, right. The Super Switch Pro. Ooh.
The Super Switch Pro XL.
We're gonna have to work on that one. Nintendo, we're making some calls. We're making some calls. So. Yeah. So I think that about does it, folks. I know we kind of ended on a possible down note because 2020 may be the year of no multiplayer in Call of Duty, but
no single player in Call of Duty.
Right. Single player. I'm sorry. Yeah. So we will definitely keep tabs on this because we all know that we love our Call of Duty games, and we certainly hope for the return of single player because single player is the best. So. Next week, we have a special E3 prediction show. We're going to have some special guests providing the E3 hot takes throughout the episode, as well as our predictions. So you can look forward to that next week. And then, as we always do every year, E3 is upon us, so we will be having our E3 extended coverage. We're going to be doing 3 days of E3 coverage, I believe, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Is that right, Dan? Or Monday, Tuesday, right. Wednesday?
I think it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, I think we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have all of the we're going to kind of break down all of the conferences, give you all the juicy details, and we will see if our predictions come true. Hopefully they will. Hoping for some Microsoft VR. Come on,
PlayStation Vita 2.
Oh Go. My God. So. If you guys want to interact with us, and we know you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Rated G for Gamers. So please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.